everyone, my name is Wizarding Journey, and today we're going to talk about TwitchCon. I know it's been almost a year, or like over half a year since I've been to TwitchCon, especially doing Artist Alley there, but TwitchCon is always one of my most favorite cons. I've only done it twice, but I've met so many amazing people. The community is amazing. Everyone's so nice there too. If you didn't know, I've been streaming on Twitch since December 2020. I've been a VTuber since the beginning. I had a V-Roid model. As of last year, I switched over to Live 2D. So that's basically how I got into TwitchCon. So I've been regularly streaming on Twitch, doing art, doing game streams. So if any of you are ever interested in any other more regular content other than these videos, yeah, go check them out. I do a lot of con prep there too. So yeah, if you need a chill stream to con prep with, come check me out. But anyway, so I have like a bullet point list of what happened during TwitchCon that I wrote right after TwitchCon, just so I didn't forget because I didn't know when I had time to record this or wanted to record this. So it's kind of gonna be all over the place, kind of. It's going to be more like a what I wrote down kind of thing back then and see my thoughts about it now, almost a year later now. TwitchCon was September 20th to 22nd, but we arrived there on Thursday just because setup. You get like this whole booth setup with TwitchCon is completely free. It's a 10 by 10 booth. So they'll select a corner or a inline for you. You can request a corner. I did. I sadly didn't get one, but that's fine. An inline worked fine for me. It was just in case I wanted to split with someone. Get this whole booth setup. You get a countertop with storage inside, which is amazing. You can lock it up. I love that thing so much. More cons need to have it. And then you get a 6 by 2 foot table, I believe, and then 3 grid panels that like span from the top to the floor of your booth. And then you also get lighting this time. When I did it in 2022, I believe, we did not have lighting just because in the San Diego Convention Center, you're up top in this like greenhouse kind of thing. And so the lighting is already amazing in it. But yeah, the lighting actually helped a lot. The extra lighting, you could like move the spotlight, have it shining on your booth. It was really, really cool. I heard that in 2023 when they did it in Vegas, that the lighting wasn't that great, but they did have the spotlights. But yeah, I didn't get in 2023. So setup was on Thursday. The con is in the San Diego Convention Center. Loading was pretty easy. So TwitchCon lets you or pays for 1 GES, which is the cart service, 1 GES load in or load out. I think there was like some confusion, so it was both load in and load out or something like that, but I don't know. I only did load in because I thought it was just like gonna be faster doing load out myself with just putting everything in suitcases. We went around the convention center and did the GES load in. We just gave them all of our stuff, told them, hey, this is my booth number, please bring it up there. Then you go around, park, you get your badge. By the time you're upstairs, in the artist alley, your stuff is already there. Like, it's so cool and really great. I know other cons do this, but like, obviously you have to pay for it. Yeah, TwitchCon just includes it for free, which is really amazing of them. The tables or the booths as well are free. The only thing you have to pay is event insurance, which was, I think, like 200 to 250 bucks. Isn't bad at all. You get 3 badges in total with your TwitchCon booth. 2 of them can be artists and 1 can be a helper. And then any additional you can buy like as like a regular attendee badge. But if they want to come help you set up on day 1, so not day 0, but day 1, they can't come up with you. Day 0, they do make an exception where you can get a wristband for them to come up with you and help set up. For getting the badge, it was really easy. You just showed them your registration email and ID. Yeah, and as I just said, they did let me bring non-exhibitors up during setup day. So Thursday, I believe that was one of my friends, Dongo Heart, that we brought up because he offered to help me, which was really kind. Setup was really fast. I didn't finish the entire setup that I wanted to because I already had everything mapped out in a 3D software. I didn't quite finish my entire setup for Day zero, just because we wanted to go to the Sonic Cafe because my brother is a really big Sonic fan. Dango Heart really loves Sonic, so my boyfriend also likes Sonic. So we were like, yeah, we'll go to the Sonic Cafe. And it was pretty good. The hotel that we stayed at was not the one right next to the convention center, but one behind that. So it was like maybe a 3 to 5 minute walk into the convention center, which was honestly really nice. In 2022, I booked a hotel like 10 minutes away, and I always had to deal with parking in the morning. So I would say definitely just save you the time of driving to the convention center every day. You can get up later. You can go back to your hotel if you forgot something. Yeah, I would definitely recommend staying in one of the closer hotels where you can walk back. So one thing that I did note down is I was in a stamp rally that I hosted, which was a community-based stamp rally, and it was completely free for anyone to participate in. It was just following each of the artists, and you got a mouse pad in the end. Well, we had the stamp cards printed and everything, and then there was a little bit of communication mix-up with TwitchCon and the Fire Marshal, from what it seems, because some of the rows did change, which kind of made the stamp rally a bit awkward. But I did make signs for each of the artists, so it was kind of tell each of the attendees, hey, look at the signs rather than the info in the back, which worked out. A lot of people completed it like very early on, so yay. I definitely, if I get in this year, I definitely want to do another large like community-based stamp rally. I feel like it's really cool. I just don't know what prize I want to do yet. Like a mouse pad, I was thinking like a mouse pad is something that gamers would use, right? So I want to do the same thing this year too if I get in, but I just don't know what a relatively inexpensive item would be that the community would use. So if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to leave them down below, because I don't know. Another thing that I wrote down is the communication this year was a bit more lacking compared to 2022 than when I did it. I don't know how 2023 was since I didn't do it, but from what I heard, there was a change in like how Artist Alley was run, or who was running it. So I think it was just a learning curve for them. So I think it was fine. Maybe, hopefully, if I get in this year, communication will be a little bit better. I honestly can't remember what the issues were, honestly. But yeah, I should have maybe written it down more in detail, but oh well. So yeah, day one was very busy from start to the end, and I was already losing my voice day one. uh yeah, so it's like a lot of interacting with other streamers, and like being social with them, talking with them, what your stuff is about. I also had flyers up that I do commissions for emotes, for panels, and all of that. So had people talking to me about that. I did have meet and greets at my table, quote unquote meet and greets. So I have VTuber friends. I put up a monitor and I Discord called them in. So I had my friend Drati there. I had my friend Sky there, who's both of them are artists. And I had my boyfriend there on Saturday. I had my boyfriend's editor Chino there. And then I myself did it as well. Although my kind of meet and greet, like VTuber version, I would probably execute a little bit different if I got in this year, honestly. Just because like the way I did it kind of, I feel like deterred people away from my booth. But yeah, as I mentioned, I was I was hosting this big stamp rally with the mouse pads, and we were out of prizes, at least the main prizes, around 3 p.m. I did stagger the prizes to be like the least amount or equal amount on Friday and Saturday, or Friday and Sunday, and then Saturday had the most amount of prizes available, just based on how people come to the event. People were always very nice and respectful, even like asking, oh, hey, can I film your booth? I'm streaming right now. Can I take video of your booth? Are you okay being on camera? And like that, you don't get too often in Artist Alley. Like a lot of people just assume it's fine. So it was really nice from these streamers to like even ask permission. So I really appreciated that. So there is an exhibitor lounge. It isn't exactly where artists are, but like down the hallway. But every single day there was a different cake that was completely free to us. And then they had like little snacks. They had really good like waters, like flavored waters. They also had just regular water, and yeah, it was really nice of TwitchCon to provide stuff like that. At the end of the day, I just went to Cheesecake to eat and then chilled. So that was day one. I guess now on to day two. In the morning at the hotel, this kind of happened. This seagull just came out of nowhere, just landed on the like windowsill and just stared at me. I was just like, what the fuck? It was kind of funny. This was the day that artists were allowed to enter the loot cave early. If you don't know what the loot cave is, it's basically all of Twitch's merchandise. So the loot cave usually opens up during Artist Alley hours. So for them to let artists enter it before the con even starts is really nice of them. I couldn't get any footage in it because video was prohibited inside of it, but I did get some footage around the area. So yeah, I went to the exhibitor lounge, like always, to get some cake and drinks, obviously. And yeah, I mostly stayed at my booth this day. Didn't really go around. I know my boyfriend was hanging out with friends. My brother was going to panels that he's wanted to go to. So I just stayed at my booth most of the day. And end of the day, I just got hotel pizza. So yeah. And then day 3, this was the last day of the con. It took us till the last 2 hours to hand out stamp rally prizes. So if I am doing the stamp rally again this year, I would probably limit the amount of prizes on Sunday to even less than it is. I didn't know who this person was, right? There was this person that was doing interviews, and then they leaned up against my booth, and I was like, what the fuck? Why are they leaning against my booth? And then my brother told me that it was Tommy Innit. And then I was like, oh, okay, I don't know who that is, but that's cool. And then literally a couple weeks later, I get this clip from my friends of him leaning up against my booth and being like,
no. Oh, how are you doing over here, beautiful?
But yeah, that's gonna be like a memory now. So yeah, that was kind of funny. Overall, this day I would say is kind of slow. So if you do plan on going around, I would suggest doing it this day. Maybe interacting with other artists who are streamers, getting new connections, going downstairs into the exhibitor hall, getting some free stuff, because TwitchCon, holy shit, there's so much free stuff. But yeah, I do kind of want to preference on day 3. It seems like most of the partners are walking around and not as many attendees, which is kind of nice because it does give them a break from walking around and being kind of stopped. So I think that's kind of nice that not as many attendees are there on Sunday. Although me saying this might actually might change it depending. But nah, packing up like always is fast for me. We dragged everything downstairs into the parking garage where we parked below the convention center, just because I didn't want to do loadout, because I do know it takes a while because everyone loads out at the exact same time. So GES is like oversaturated, bringing everything down, waiting for people to load up and kind of thing like that. So yeah. And that was pretty much what I have written down for TwitchCon. Yeah, I 100% every single time, yes, would do TwitchCon again. I love this con so much. I've met so many cool friends. I've met cool people. I like talking to some of the viewers that I get to see there. I like talking to fellow streamers who are interested in my art and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a really fun time. It is kind of strenuous on yourself, especially like with the amount of talking you do compared to other cons, but I would definitely say it's worth it. If you are a streamer, if you stream regularly, you do art regularly, try and do TwitchCon. At least I've only done TwitchCon San Diego or the US TwitchCon. I don't know about European TwitchCon, but I've heard good things about it. Maybe I'll try it one day. But yeah, so that was my thoughts on TwitchCon. And yeah, hopefully I'll get in this year. We'll see. Really hoping. I'll see you guys in my next video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.